dizziness sufferers, those of you dealing with dizziness, what do we do with this? There's some links on drlivingood.com. There is an exercise. There's a couple different things, okay? Let me back up. Let me go through the layers here. So one, there is physical damage, okay? So you have had exposure to hearing damage that now throws off your ability to hear as well as the dizziness, okay? So that could affect, actually being able to hear it, or you could have had a trauma that damages the top bones in the neck. And that nerve controls the inner workings of the inner ear. So it can create dizziness, the second bone in the neck. It can create dizziness. It can also create hearing problems. So physical trauma could be a cause of this. So you could get an analysis of the top bone in the neck, probably like a corrective chiropractor would be able to do that. The very first ever chiropractic adjustment was done in a man that could not hear, and after the adjustment, it restored hearing. So it's definitely related to that. And I've seen dizziness cases clear up with that. Or there's ligament instability, and then there's rehab exercises on drlivingood.com called ALAR ligament exercises, ALAR. So to address the physical side of it, you may get an evaluation, and I would look at doing the ALAR ligament exercises on drlivingood.com. Okay. Number two, there's a mechanical problem going on in there. There are, the best way to describe them, they're like little crystals that sit inside your ear. Very small. They're part of controlling your hearing, your eardrum, and your equilibrium, your balance. So those crystals get slightly off, or pressure gets pushed against them, or fluid gets pushed against them, and then they're just mechanically sort of out of alignment or just slightly off. So there's a maneuver on drlivingood.com under Vertigo that's an Epley's maneuver that helps to reset that mechanism, and that can be done. I show you how to kind of do it at home. You just hanging your head off of a bed. You can go left and right side. Okay, so there's a mechanical type issue. Then we go physiological. And the physiology, I believe, is one of the leading causes for this dizziness side of things. And what this means is that when blood sugar and blood pressure, you might not even have a diagnosis of a problem, but if they are like most Americans and there are underlying issues that fluctuate a lot and they're honestly on the wrong end a lot of times, this is directly related to a lot of dizziness issues. You know this when you stand up too fast. Blood pressure drops, right? You get dizzy. There's a perpetual state that one can be in with that, and I see it a lot with insulin-resistant individuals or people that have a lot of stress or are putting a lot of strain on their body because of the way that they eat or how much weight they have. They might not be diagnosed with high blood pressure, but they have these fluctuations with blood pressure. So with insulin resistance people, a lot of times, we even measure laying down versus sitting up blood pressure. And if there's a greater drop of 10 to 15, it's sort of this, the extreme of this would be POTS, the condition POTS. But that extreme is just, the body is just, the blood pressure is going up and down, it's dropping and going up a lot. That creates equilibrium problems because the little vessels in there. It's messing with that blood flow. So this is an issue of the nervous system. We talk about this in the second week of the challenge. Breathing exercises are incredibly important for this. So to control the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, especially to strengthen your parasympathetics, which is your healing system, which lowers your blood pressure and lowers your blood sugar, you need to breathe. Breathing has a huge impact on it. So that's number one, to address the physiology. Number two is we must address insulin resistance. All of us, America, we got too dang much sugar, and everywhere that we look, it creates insulin resistance. That can create differentials in the blood pressure, let alone the blood sugar levels. And that state creates a lot of issues in the blood vessels and the permeability of the blood vessels, as well as dizziness. And then I would look at blood pressure. If there is any fluctuations with it, if you're diagnosed with it, that's easy. If there's fluctuations, if it's going too low, or there's a big difference between laying down blood pressure and sitting up blood pressure, too big of a difference there, you're going to create a lot of swings and a lot of dizziness. So getting that under control, there's the Livingood Daily Lifestyle blood pressure training. There's the Livingood Daily blood pressure support. Coach can post that up. And so you can see those. So I would be looking at the Livingood Daily Lifestyle to control all three of those, because I teach the breathing, we teach the sugar and the insulin resistance correction. We also are looking at healthy means to control blood pressure. There you go. You got your physical damage. Do the exercises found at drlivingood.com for those. You got your mechanical problems. drlivingood.com has a solution for that. Then there's the physiological problems. How about that for a breakdown? There you go. Understanding dizziness, the 3 layers of what I clinically see has happened with it. How do you start piecing this together and getting solutions and remedies so you can level your life out? It's not fun to be dealing with that.